61% say the Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee should be probed by a special counsel for their involvement in the discredited Fusion GPS dossier compiled on Trump. And 65% say there should be an investigation into contributions the Clinton Foundation received from owners of Uranium One, the firm sold to Russia when Clinton was Secretary of State. Joining me now is Congressman Matt Gaetz, who serves on a number of key committees, including Judiciary, Budget, and Armed Services. Congressman, this poll is of great interest to us. The reason being, it shows a tale of two cities. On the one side, you have the folks inside the Beltway who thinks, oh, no, we shouldn't have another special counsel, be too complicated, et cetera, et cetera. On the other hand, you have Main Street. Main Street smells something rotten, and they want it investigated. Who should win in this, Main Street or the Beltway?
Well, of course the American people should win, and it's no surprise that the American people want answers. We certainly didn't get answers from the Attorney General when he testified to the Judiciary Committee. We asked point blank, did the FBI work with the Democratic Party to pay for this Fusion GPS discredited dossier intended to undermine President Trump? And the Attorney General would not give us an answer on that question. So it's no wonder the American people want a special counsel to look into these very important matters. And look, you've got 3 out of every 5 Americans. We have won the argument with the American people. It's now time for the Justice Department to do its job. And I think more members of Congress need to join us, need to join Ron DeSantis and Jim Jordan and the 20 members of the Judiciary Committee who have been demanding a second special counsel for almost 4 months.
Now, Hillary Clinton calls such a demand, just the demand itself, an abuse of power. We obviously don't have a new special counsel looking into her, but she says just talking about it is abuse of power. I think that falls flat on the ears of Main Street. But again, the Clintons still, even now, have a lot of power and influence inside the Beltway. Who wins? I mean, will people be frightened by her concern about abuse of power?
Well, look, it's vintage Clinton, isn't it? It's either an abuse of power or a vast right-wing conspiracy.
That's right.
Every time we want to have the very same laws that apply to every other American applied to the Clintons. You see, they're so used to their own standard that they can't deal with the scrutiny that would be applied to anyone else in such a circumstance. I mean, more and more evidence comes out every day. Just today, we learned that the Deputy Director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, was writing emails saying that the Clinton campaign had to be given special status, that it wouldn't go through the normal process with the U.S. Attorney in the District of Columbia, but that it would be a small group of people at headquarters. The Clintons are used to being treated in a special way, and the American people want an equal application of justice. That's what we're fighting for in the Judiciary Committee, and it's why we're demanding a special counsel.
Now, there are 2 incidences which need to be investigated. One is the Uranium One deal, and we talked a little bit about that. The other is the Fusion deal, the Trump dossier, which we now know was paid for by the DNC. We also know that Hillary controlled the finances of the DNC. So essentially, Hillary paid for the Trump dossier, which was a lot of garbage that was spewed out by Russians who were united and connected in many different ways to Putin. If you're looking for any kind of collusion between the Russians and the election campaign, this is it. I mean, that I believe should be the focus of Mueller. What do you think?
This is the definition of collusion. You have Donna Brazile coming out and admitting that the entire DNC operation was merely a shill for the Clinton campaign. It was nothing more. It was totally controlled by the Clintons. And then you've got the DNC and possibly the FBI working together to go and dig up this dirt on President Trump that isn't true. And they were trying to discredit him both before and after his election. That is the real collusion. But you don't have Bob Mueller looking into that because, look, Bob Mueller is
hold on a second. Forgive me, Congressman, but we don't really know whether Mueller is looking into that or not, do we?
Well, we don't see the same activity level in terms of court pleadings and filings that we see in Bob Mueller's pursuit of the Trump campaign. Look, as it relates to the Uranium One deal that Americans want answers on, Bob Mueller can't possibly look into that deal because during that time period, he was the director of the FBI. He may very well be a witness. The very last Congressional Research Service report on the CFIUS process noted specific examples where the FBI was instigating these reviews of these foreign purchases. So why didn't Bob Mueller do that? You know, maybe did he raise those objections? Hillary Clinton was on that panel. at the same time they were taking millions of dollars from Russians, at the same time Uranium One was making donations to the Clinton Foundation, you've got Mueller and Clinton not doing their job, not exercising oversight, and Bob Mueller can't possibly continue against President Trump when he's so conflicted against the very other participant in the 2016 election, Hillary Clinton.
Congressman, you raise good questions, and we hope to get some answers for those questions somehow, somewhere. Clearly, you're on the case. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.